Hello, I'm Hewie Poplock. I'm going to be talking about Windows Tips. It's an app from Microsoft that's part of Windows 10. The Tips app in Windows 10 is full of short and sweet tips that help you get the most out of Windows 10. Each tip has a button on it so you can try it out with a single click or you can learn more. All you need is a couple of minutes to go through a set of tips, and new tips are added every so often. And to get the latest tips, make sure your Windows is connected to the internet. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. You come down to the search box and type in tips, and it will be up here. You just click on it and it'll open. So let's make it just a little bit larger so we can get more on the screen. And you can check out what the latest tips are. You can explore what's new, but there's a list of several topics, many topics. Each one contains more tips, and they're called cards. Today, we're going to use the tips under the topic of Get Started with Windows 10. There are 10 tips. Let's get started. First card is the ultimate search box. Type an app or file name, email subject, or favorite celebrity into the search box on the taskbar, the bottom bar on your screen, and you'll get the results on your PC, like apps, files, and messages, and the web. Use the tabs at the top to narrow your search. Learn more about searching in Windows, and there's a link there. So let's try it now. It comes up. We're going to type in here for the search. We're going to type in CFCS. And there is a spreadsheet that I have, and I could bring that up. I can search the web. There are documents. There's all kinds of folders. There's all kinds of information. I can narrow it down from here. Let's go to card number 2. Customize your start menu. Pin apps to the start menu for quick access to what's important. Select the Start Windows key and press and hold or right-click the app you want to pin. Pin to start. You can also unpin apps that you don't need. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about. Here's your start menu. If you want to right mouse click here, pin to start, and it's now here, and you can move it around. And you can unpin another item. Let's say, I don't know that I have anything on here that I don't want to have. So let's take another here, pin to start. And now if we don't want it, we click here and we can unpin it from the start and it goes away. It hasn't deleted it. It's just turned it off of the start menu. Now let's click on Open the Start Settings. Here are the start settings. You'll see that some are turned on, some are turned off. Let's look at what they are. First, show more tiles on start. And that's turned off. So if it looks like this. If we turn it on, probably not going to look much different. But we'll leave it off. Show app list in the start menu. What that means is the app list here. So let's turn that off to see what it does. Now you don't have that list. I prefer it, so I'm going to turn it back on. So you can see here that it's there. Show recently added apps. That's turned off. If we turn that on, when we look at our start menu, we will now see at the top here, recently added. So if you add programs on a regular basis or applications on a regular basis, you want to make sure you can find them easily. You would put them there. I don't leave it on. Show the most used apps. If you're using the same apps over and over again, you may want to turn that on, and it'll be right up here as well. Now, what if I want both of those? We'll turn both of those on, and both will be there. There's the recently added and the most used, and then alphabetical, all of the apps that are on your computer. So I am going to turn those two off. Show suggestions occasionally in Start. I don't use that. I'm not sure what it will show you. Use the Start full screen. If we turn that on, when you hit the Start button, it'll be the full screen. Again, I don't like that. I want it just a part of the menu or part of the screen, so I don't do it full screen. Now, one thing you can do is you can resize this to make it bigger or smaller, and then scroll it if you wish. So I have everything showing without being full screen. The last item here is show recently opened items in jump lists on the Start or Task bar in File Explorer and Quick Access. Turn that on. Be honest with you, I am not sure what that does. But it does have to do in your File Explorer. But choose which folders appear on the Start. Now, what do we mean by that? Notice here that we have Documents, Pictures, Settings, Power, and then My Account. If I choose what's there, I can turn on some others. I could turn on File Explorer. I could have the Downloads. And if I wanted the personal folder, everything is under my username. But we'll just keep those. And now when we click this, you'll see that we have Documents. Then we also have the Downloads, Pictures, File Explorer, Settings, and Power. So they're right here. And if I wanted to remove any of those, I can do that as well. I don't need the pictures, and I don't need the downloads there, and I don't even do the documents there. So I just want the Settings, File Explorer. And so now when I do it, it's fairly clean. It's just File Explorer, Settings, and Power. Let's go to the next card. Card number 3, organize Start with folders. You can have folders in your Start menu. Let's take a look at what that means. I've got OneNote and Microsoft Edge here. If I want to make a folder with those two, I just bring this one over and drop it on that, and now it's created a folder, and we'll call this Test. Now, if I move Test back up here, you will see that the two are in a folder. I could take all of the Microsoft Office items and put them in one folder, and then click on one of them through the folder. You can also reverse that by clicking the folder. It puts it down here. I can then slide this one over here. Click it once, then bring it up, and the folder goes away. The next card is finding settings quickly. Often we go to the settings panel or the settings app, and we don't know where to find what we're looking for. Well, there's a great search within the settings program. when you open your settings, you'll see there's a box right here that takes you right to it. And all you have to do is type in something that you're looking for. So if we're looking for something with the mouse, there's the mouse settings. Change your mouse settings, change your mouse pointer size, change how far you scroll with the mouse wheel, and the ease of access mouse settings, and then you can show all of the results. So whatever you're looking for. So if you're looking for the mouse settings, you click there, takes you right to it. The next card is sign in with one account on all of your devices. Select the Start button, Settings and Accounts, and then Email and Accounts, and then select Add a Microsoft account to sign in. On each of your devices, sign in with that account. I don't use this, so I can't demonstrate it. Let's go to the next card. Quickly change settings in the Action Center. First of all, if you're not using the Action Center, you should be. Let's open it by clicking here, and then I'll show you how to do it on the screen. In your Action Center, first of all, you have several items here, and they may be different on yours. You can collapse those so you only see the top few, and if you expand it, you see more. And you can activate, turn on things, and do things in this Action Center. You can set it up and add things to it, and edit actions as well. At the top are where the notifications are, and currently I have no notifications. Now I am going to close this. To get quickly to the Action Center, just come down here and click that. And that's the notification button, and it brings it up. As soon as you click outside of it, it goes away. Card number 7. Get apps for your PC. And a good way to do that, besides going to websites and so on, would be to go to the Start button and then go to the Microsoft Store. When you click on it, there is the Microsoft Store. You can search, you can find games and programs. You can search with titles, find something that you want. When you find it, you can, if you already have it on your computer, to say you owned it, you already own it, or if it's free, if it's installed, and then if there's a cost, it'll tell you how much, and you can find all of the programs that Microsoft has put into their Microsoft Store for you to download and install. This is the safest way to install a program on Windows. The next card is keep your PC up to date. Get the latest features and security updates. You select the Start, Settings, Update and Security, Windows Update, and check for updates. So let's go to Settings. We can click here, or we'll come down to here and go to Settings. And then we have to slide down a little bit because my window isn't quite big enough. And it says Update and Security. And then you go to Windows Update. Now we're there. I don't want to click check for updates because if there is one, it's going to try to update and we may be here for hours. So I don't want to do that. So I am not going to click, but I do want to show you some things, and you can also view some optional updates. But notice here, there are some choices you have. You can pause updates for 7 days. So if you're in the process of doing something, working on a special project that you don't want to be interrupted on, you can pause so no updates are done. You can change active hours. You can have certain active hours. Now the updates may go on in the background, but what's going to happen is it's not going to reboot on you in the middle of something during those hours. Now you can also update, you can view your update history and some advanced options. Let's look at the view update history, because you should check this every once in a while. And you'll see that the feature updates is when the big two updates a year are. It will tell you that you've done them and that it was successfully installed. I did mine for the 20H2. I did mine on October 22nd. And then you can also click and see what's new in the update. And then there are quality updates. There happens to be 14 of them. And you'll see that they'll say successfully installed and give you the dates. If one didn't install properly, you will see it will say it's unsuccessful. You may have to go back and try it again, or you may see above it where it was successful, where it did try again, and it did get installed. So you want to check that every once in a while and make sure there wasn't an update that just didn't get installed. There are also driver updates, definition updates for your security, and some other updates, and it tells you how many are there. And if you look at the driver updates, you'll see I put one in for my mouse and for my camera. One for the printer got updated at the end of November. And then under the definition updates, you can see that there were updates to the Windows Defender. And there was one on the 9th of December. There was one in November. So it's about once a month that they get updated. So that's your Windows update. And make sure you do check and make sure you do keep your computer up to date. The last two cards in this group deal with helping you learn Windows. The first is learn from the experts. Windows experts can help you get the best out of Windows. Visit the Windows community to learn about how to be more productive with Windows. And if you want to learn more, you just click here. It will then take you to a website. They have a newsletter, but they have many, many videos to help you, tutorials. Look at the number of pages there are with this, with 3, 6, 12, with a dozen on each page. And let's just click another page just to show you. Lots of good help that you may not have realized that's available for you. And finally, our last card is see the Quick Start Guide to Windows 10. All-in-one guide for the fast and easy tips to help you set up, personalize, and protect your Windows 10 device. Just click Get Started. It again opens up a website. You'll see here, download the Quick Start Guide to Windows 10. Let's go ahead and do that. There it is. And it is a PDF. And it is all kinds of information to help you. And I encourage you to go ahead and download it. You might even want to print it and have it as your own. Scrolling all the way to the bottom. You'll see that it's 32 pages long. Make sure you download it, take a look at it, print it. And that's it for the 10 cards that are in the Windows 10 Getting Started tips. I'm Hewie Poplock, and thanks for joining.